Okay, so we're starting our first road trip in my car, and we're leaving our Airbnb in Odessa, which was one of the nicest Airbnbs we've ever stayed at. It was just a studio apartment, but it was just really nicely furnished. It wasn't all like IKEA stuff either. It was like actual good furniture, and you know, it felt like a home. And it was right above this supermarket over here, which was a 24/7 supermarket, and we're about 500 meters from the beach in that direction. And it's like 7:30 in the morning. We're setting out for a road trip to Kiev, and we're going to pick up pick up my stuff from the container on Monday. But on the way back to Kiev, we're going to take the indirect route and stop at a bunch of cool places on the way there, and off we go. Okay, we're on the second stop of our tour. The first stop was McDonald's. Didn't think it was worth making a video. This beautiful sunflower field. It was an unplanned stop. We just saw it on the side of the road, but those are sometimes the best ones. We're fulfilling our bingo card for summer 2020. We've got two more selfie stops to make: the sunflower field, the haystack, and lavender fields. Well, I guess we got lavender fields a couple weeks ago, so we only got one left. Here's checking the boxes. Well, we very quickly found a second impromptu stop because we saw this kolkhoz on the side of the road. It was mostly abandoned, although some locals have actually started reusing some of these buildings. The next building over from us looks like it's some kind of tractor repair shop, and they've even got solar panels stuck up on top of the kolkhoz building. But so not in complete disuse. Here's a good shot of all the buildings. I just love these old structures, and it's kind of sad that they're falling into disrepair. But there's still a lot of great land around here that's being used, so it gives us hope for the future. And yeah, right over here you've got your tractor repair shop. Those are probably tractors that are used by farmers in the area. The sunflower field we stopped at's only like a minute up the road from here, so. Well, off to our first official stop in about 5 kilometers. And I can't say what it is because Natalia doesn't know yet. So I've decided to stop at this place called the Usadba Kurisa, which is a home that was built in the middle of the 1700s. And during Soviet times, it was abandoned and not cared for. But the locals are starting up taking care of it again. And they've got a little side business of raising emus and ostriches. But they've got 3 guys out here working on it and restoring it, so I imagine it's going to take them a while. Kind of speaks to the history of the area. This was the home of one of the wealthy farmers who founded the village that we're currently in. Again, it's called the Usadba Kurisa, although that wasn't the name of the original founder. Kuris was a general who took over the property after it was originally built. And then in 1917, like I said, it was abandoned when the Soviets came to power. Really interesting little piece of history. Let's go explore. some glyphs left behind by the locals. So here we are, a little bit deeper inside this cool building. This is another example of explore at your own risk. There's no guided tours, there's no safety lines, no areas you can't explore. It's just completely free to go wherever you want. Although, well, it wasn't completely free to get in here. It was 100 hryvnia for the two of us, so about $4 for two people. But we're free to go wherever we want to and explore about. It is completely dark down here, and I've got the flashlight on, but I don't think it's doing a whole lot of good. You can just see the area around my feet. It's not nearly as nerve-wracking as some of the other places we've been. Looks like there used to be a staircase here. Easy peasy, no problem. Place is kind of a maze. It's not nearly as big as that fort we explored a few weeks ago, though. I just love that they, this place is open to visitors even though it's under construction, probably because the construction is going to last for decades. If you look closely at the floor here, it's covered with a nice layer of dust, but you can still see the tile work is in very good shape underneath the dust. Oh, here we found a place that is not open to visitors. Let's see if I can stick my phone in there and see around. Oh, actually, I just leaned on the door and it opened for me. So, no problem. Huh. Alright, well, hey, if anybody else gets the chance to come out here to this little village and visit this place, I would recommend it. It's a pretty cool little place. Plus, as soon as you go outside, you'll see that they have what I believe are ostriches and emus. And two really friendly watchdogs. And some cute little bunnies. So this is the part that faces you as you come in, and you can see that they've put a really nice roof up there. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Should be finished soon, so making good progress on the restoration. I'm not going to walk through here because they are working on the roof right now. I don't want anything to fall on my head. So I'm just going to stand here in the entryway. So we were directed off the highway back there. There's road construction. The condition of the highway here is surprisingly good, kind of dispelling the myth of bad Ukrainian roads. It's got brand new pavement and guardrails and well marked and everything. Now, however, we're driving along a dirt road to go around the construction for who knows how long. There's no signs marking out the detour, but we're on a pretty rarely used road. We've only seen one other car in about 2 miles. And we took a little stop here by the side of the road to appreciate this huge sunflower field. This is where the flag of Ukraine comes from. Gold on the bottom, blue sky above. So, not all of the roads in Ukraine are improved, and I have to tell you that when I lived in the United States, I always used to make fun of people who bought these ridiculous 4x4s with their V8 engines and their, 28 inches of ground clearance that never actually used them off-road. However, I can say in Ukraine that if you drive anywhere off of the major highways, you are going to use your 4x4's capacity. And just a couple weeks ago, we were driving around Ukraine in a very budget rent-a-car, and I am very glad that we are in a 4x4 now. And my RAV4 is definitely in its element. I think it's like the perfect car for Ukraine. Gas is pretty expensive here, so you don't want anything with like a V8 engine in it. This has got a 2.4 liter gasoline engine in it, and it's got enough power that we can get where we need to go. It's got larger wheels than you would find on an economy car, and the mileage isn't great, but we can definitely pull a trailer with it. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, this is my pregnant wife is not enjoying this ride very much. But yeah, so I highly recommend the RAV4, and I highly recommend driving on some of the lesser used Ukrainian highways, just for the experience. They're totally drivable, but yeah, be prepared to be prepared for a bumpy ride. I think that's why the Soviet cars that we see, like the Ladas and the Samaras, it's always interesting to look at them in a parking lot because they have so much ground clearance. Like, nothing in the car extends below the axle, and the axle is raised as much as it possibly could be.
Well, be careful.
And oh man, yeah, this road is like a little bit of concrete in the middle with tracks of dirt on either side. But I'm having a good time. My car's certainly having a good time. My wife...
I know one who isn't having a good time.
My wife and my unborn child are not so happy.